Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda श्री चैतन्य मंगल की जय। श्रील लोचन दास ठाकुर की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I welcome you to today's Sri Chaitanya Mangal session. Today is April 20, 2025, and we are reading from Sri Chaitanya Mangal, Sutra Khanda, Grantharambha, song number 14. Yesterday we read song 13. We saw that Narad Muni visited Shvetadweep, the city of Lord Balaram, and he saw Balaramji seated on a white throne, which resembled a mountain covered by snow. And also Balaramji appeared to be intoxicated on love of Godhead. So his eyes were half closed. And when he spoke, it sounded as if he was, babbling something. And also next to him was his consort Revati Devi. And there were so many other maidservants engaged in his service. So then when Narad Muni saw Balaramji, Krishna Shishi. Also, we read that Balaramji appears in three spiritual abodes. In one form, he is assisting Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his pastimes. And in another form, he's holding the earth as Anantasesh. And then in the third form, he's actually performing his pastimes, which is right now we are seeing. He's associated with his associates and he's enjoying his pastimes. So when Narad Muni saw Balaramji, Balaramji said that where is Narad Muni coming from? What is the secret he's carrying in his heart? And Balaramji said that he's feeling like many floods, several floods were arising in his heart. Floods of ecstasy, of prema were arising in his heart simply by seeing Narad Muni. So then Narad Muni said that how accepting the complexion of Srimati Radharani on the outside and the mood of Srimati Radharani within the heart, that means both inside and outside, accepting the mood and complexion of Srimati Radharani, the Lord is going to appear. He said, you are going to appear on the earth And how do I know? Lord Gauranga told me about this. And, you know, and also that Lord, when Narad Muni said this, Balramji went into ecstasy. He was already ecstatic, but he went into ecstasy and started laughing and laughing loudly like a thunder. And then he ordered Narad Muni to tell his followers to carry out the order of Lord Gauranga. That means they should all go and take birth on the earth, and that soon he would also appear. Balaramji would appear, and then the people would see what they had never seen before: ecstatic love, ecstatic prema. So in this way, we saw yesterday song 13. So now let's see what happened after this in song 14. I'll have to increase the font because I don't have my glasses on today. You have to make it one step small. Yeah, that's fine, I think. So we completed song 13 yesterday. So the last thing that we read was, Lord Gaura, who had never come before, will descend to this world. He will bring to life they who are on the verge of death. He will show the true path to they who are blind. This Lochandas sings. Thus, this Lochandas sings his glories, Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu's glories. So then we'll continue. O my brothers, sing the glories of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. Thus, following Lord Mahaprabhu's command, by their plenary portions or amça, all the Lord's associates took birth on the earth. So one more thing that we had read in the previous song was that Lord Gauranga was like the king and Nityananda Prabhu is like his minister. So accompanied by Lord Çiva and expansions of their expansions, the Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going to appear. So here Gaur Nitai are like the king and minister. Lord Çiva is Advaita Acarya, and expansions of expansion means all their associates like Srivas Thakur and Haridas Thakur, so many, all the other associates of the Lord will be coming. So thus, following Lord Mahaprabhu's command, by their plenary portions or amça, all the Lord's associates took birth on the earth. So by their amças, they appeared on the earth. Lord Çiva was the first. He took birth in a brahmana's family. His name was Kamalakña. So who appeared first? Sri Advaita Acarya. His name was Kamalakña. So that's Lord Çiva. He appeared first and his name was Kamalakña. He appeared in a brahmana's family. Reading and hearing, he became very learned. In this way, he was given the title Advaita Acarya. Why Acharya? Because he was an expert in reading and hearing. Acharya, right? Acharya is one who teaches by his personal example. So unless he is expert in learning himself, how he will teach? So Acharya means a teacher. So he was very learned. And then he also taught by his example. Therefore, he is Advaita Acarya. Lord Çiva is situated in the mode of pure goodness. Lord Çiva is situated in the mode of pure goodness. This is, see, there is Lord Çiva in the Vaikuntha world also. So Lord Çiva is situated in the mode of pure goodness. Still, the foolish people of this world say he is in the mode of ignorance. For the sake of annihilation, Lord Çiva accepts or controls the mode of ignorance. He accepts the mode of ignorance for the sake of annihilating the universe in this material world. But it's not that Lord Çiva is in the mode of ignorance all the time. No. Actually, Lord Çiva is in the mode of pure goodness. Still, the foolish people of this world say he is in the mode of ignorance. They do not know what is in his heart. Seeing only his external activities, they say he is in the mode of ignorance. So seeing the external activities of Lord Çiva, foolish people say that he is in the mode of ignorance. In reality, those people who say that Lord Çiva is in ignorance, they don't know what is in the heart of Lord Çiva. Who are we talking about here? We are talking about Sri Advaita Acarya. He is the first. So what we read so far is that now Mahaprabhu is going to appear. So before appearing, his associates are taking birth. So the first person to appear was Lord Çiva, who appeared in a brahmana family, and his name was Kamalakña. And he is named Advaita Acarya because he's very learned. He's very expert in reading and hearing. So he's called Advaita Acarya. And because he's in pure goodness, therefore he is Advaita, right? He's transcendental. He's not material. He's not in the mode of goodness, ignorance. Rather, he's in Shuddha Sattva. That is why Advaita is said. He's Advaita Acharya. But foolish people say that he is in the mode of ignorance. They don't know what is in his heart. Simply seeing his external activities, they think he is in the mode of ignorance. In his heart, Lord Shiva always meditates on Lord Krishna. That is why Lord Shiva is called Hari-hara. He who always keeps Lord Krishna within himself. Who is Hara? Hara means one who steals, isn't it? Or one who takes away. So, Hari-hara. Hari means what? Hari means one who steals your heart, steals your mind. Hari. So Hari-hara means one who takes Hari only. He takes Hari and he hides Hari in his heart. He keeps Hari in his heart. Hari-hara, that is Lord Shiva. So he's always meditating on Lord Krishna. So those who think that he's in the mode of ignorance are actually ignorant. Lord Shiva is called Hari-hara, he who always keeps Lord Krishna within himself. Rather, it is the materialistic people who are in the mode of ignorance. Instead of Lord Krishna, they keep the mode of ignorance in their hearts. So those people who are simply finding fault with Lord Shiva, saying that Lord Shiva is in the mode of ignorance, that means what is there in their hearts? Are they devotees who are talking like that? No, they're not carrying Hari in their heart. Lord Shiva, who is carrying Hari in their heart, they're not able to see, they're not able to recognize him. And by this saying that Lord Shiva is in ignorance, they are not carrying Hari in their heart. Rather, they are carrying ignorance in their heart. When they say that Lord Shiva is in ignorance, they are carrying ignorance in their heart. It is the materialistic devotees who are in the mode of ignorance. I say, it is they who are lowly and fallen. It is they who are foolish, who have only very little knowledge. So Lord Shiva is not fallen. Lord Shiva is not in ignorance. Those people who talk about Lord Shiva like this, they are fallen. They are materialistic devotees. They are in ignorance. They have very little knowledge. How can they say Lord Shiva is in the mode of ignorance? Please do not disrespect Lord Shiva in this way. Lochanas Thakur is saying, this is an aparad. How you can say Lord Shiva is in ignorance? Please do not disrespect Lord Shiva in this way. Do not speak or hear any criticisms of Lord Shiva. Carefully considering everything in my heart, I say this. Lord Gaura is the best of avatars. Then Lord Brahma, with whose help all the avatars enjoy their pastimes, took birth on the earth. So first Lord Shiva appeared as Advaita Acharya. And then Srila Lochanas Thakur is warning us very carefully, don't criticize Lord Shiva. He is Advaita Acharya. Don't criticize him. He is a great Mahabhagavad devotee. Don't criticize him. And then I am saying Lord Gaura is the best of avatars. Next, after Lord Shiva, Lord Balaram appeared, not Brahma. Lord Balaram appeared. Who is Lord Balaram? Nityananda Prabhu. Then Lord Balaram, with whose help all the avatars enjoy their pastimes, took birth on the earth. Lord Balaram, with whose help all the avatars enjoy their pastimes. All avatars are enjoying their pastimes with the help of Balaram. That Balaramji appeared. Who are all these avatars, by the way? All avatars are coming from Lord Balaram only. So in one particular universe, all avatars are coming from Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. Kshirodakshaya Vishnu is who? He's coming from Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is the same as Karanodakshaya Vishnu. Karanodakshaya Vishnu is coming from Sankarshan. Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. Sankarshan, Vasudev, these four are coming from Lord Narayan. Lord Narayan is coming from the first set of Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha in Krishna Loka. And the Chaturvyuha is coming from Balaramji. So all avatars are coming from where? Balaramji only. So therefore it is said Lord Balaram, with whose help. And also Balaramji's expansion, Anantasesh, is supporting all avatars, because we saw earlier he becomes the asan, he becomes the paduka, he becomes the bed, he becomes the weapons. everything, the ornaments, the jewelry of the Lord, he's so enthusiastic to serve. So Balaramji is serving Krishna, and his expansion, Anantasesh, he's serving all the other avatars also. So therefore, all avatars are able to enjoy their pastimes with the help of Balaram. This Balaram has taken birth on the earth. He took birth in a Brahmana's family. Following the Yuga Dharma, he was always filled with eternal bliss. Nitya Ananda, eternal bliss. Always he is in bliss. What type of bliss? Yesterday, day before yesterday, in Caitanya Charitamrita class, we were reading, remember? About the Haladini Shakti of Krishna, the internal potency of Krishna. We read that Haladini potency is the pleasure-giving potency. It is this Haladini Shakti which gives whatever pleasure that Krishna is experiencing is because of Haladini Shakti. And it is this Haladini Shakti, which is also giving pleasure to the devotee. The essence of this Haladini Shakti is prema. Krishna prema. Essence of Haladini Shakti is prema. So Balaramji is always in bliss. Why? Balaramji is always in love of Krishna. And what is that love? Prema is what? Prema is nothing but Ananda. So therefore, because he is in another place also we will see, in the 10th canto we will see the Janma Leela of Krishna. There we see, the birth of Krishna is explained by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. The birth means all the killing of Devaki's babies previous to Balaramji, then Balaramji's appearance, and Balaramji, then after Balaramji, Krishna's appearance. So this sequence is actually explained as the procedure of bhakti, how pure devotional service appears. So there it is explained that Devaki is bhakti personified. So sadhana bhakti. So by performing sadhana bhakti, what happens? Yes. By performance of sadhana bhakti, 6 types of, what do you say? Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha. These things will disappear. Not like that. That's not the explanation. According to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, the explanation is, when you perform sadhana bhakti, what happens? You will get results, right? Like you get Klesh, Agni and Shubhada. You get that, right? As a result of sadhana bhakti. So Shubhada means what? Shubhada means you'll get all the objects for your senses. You'll get wealth, you'll get name, fame, recognition, so many. You'll get Bhaktyutta. Bhaktyutta Anarthas means, Bhaktyutta Anartha means, what? By performing bhakti, you will get result, material result. We're talking about material result. You get material result. And when one becomes attached to these material results and they start performing bhakti, that means while performing bhakti, the goal of bhakti is actually to develop love of Krishna, but we start enjoying. That's what it is. We start enjoying the material results that are coming by my performance of bhakti. That becomes an anartha called Bhaktyutta Anartha. But the point here is, by performing sadhana bhakti, what happens? You will get results. So what results you'll get? So we have 6 senses, like we discussed earlier today in the morning class. Eyes, nose, ears, tongue, skin, and mind. So the sense objects for these 6 senses, those are the results you'll get. Because you'll get material results means what? You'll get material results. So for mind, you'll get name, fame. These are enjoyed by the mind, isn't it? Name, fame, recognition. And similarly, materially also you'll get opulences with which you'll get nice facilities and all that. So for your various senses, you'll get objects, sense objects, as a result of sadhana bhakti. But this, if you become attached to these things, what will happen? If you become attached to these things, then your bhakti creeper will be choked up. Bhakti is compared to a creeper which grows straight. The goal is Golok Vrindavan, go to the lotus feet of Krishna. But instead of going straight, if you become attached to these material results coming from bhakti, these are like side branches. Instead of going straight to the spiritual world, this bhakti will start spreading in the material world only. Name, fame, position, wealth. By doing bhakti, I'll get caught up in these things only. I'll get more wealth, I'll get more comfortable. So I'm not actually going towards my actual goal, which is Krishna Prema. Instead, my bhakti is producing material results and I'm very satisfied with these. Even up to the point of liberation. I just want these material results only. Liberation means what? No more suffering in the material world. That is also a material desire only. So, Devaki ji is compared to sadhana bhakti. Her 6 sons before Balramji are compared to the results that you get by performing bhakti, material results that you get. So how do we get over this tendency to be attached to the material results coming from bhakti? The way is when you experience fear. As soon as you start getting recognition, as soon as you start getting, like profit, adoration, distinction, Kanaka Kamini, when you start getting these things because of performing bhakti, you will start becoming famous and then people will recognize you. You'll get followers who are bowing down before you, who are giving you gifts, offering you wealth and giving you high position, name, fame and all this. If you start experiencing fear about this, as soon as you see these things, you become alert. My God, these things are going to take me away from my real goal. I'm going to be cheated of my real goal. So that fear, if we constantly maintain that fear, Srila Prabhupada also says, right? Once Srila Prabhupada is taking darshan of the deities, and for a long time he was standing and praying, and the devotees were wondering, what is Srila Prabhupada praying about? Right? I mean, what does he need? He's already with Krishna. He's a pure devotee. And one devotee asked, Srila Prabhupada, what were you praying to the... the devotee was also bold enough, asked, what were you praying to the deity? Srila Prabhupada said, I'm praying to the Lord, to Krishna, to save me from Maya, to protect me from Maya. So that fear, not that he needed, but that's the sign, an advanced devotee always, he never feels that he's advanced, right? Of course, it is also possible that he's saying that to set example to everyone else. Both ways it is possible. But nevertheless, that fear of material result is what will save us from that danger, from that trap, which will choke our progress in bhakti. So here, whose fear in Krishna Lila? Kamsa, isn't it? Kamsa was constantly instilling fear in Devaki. She would feel so scared for her children because he killed one after another. One sense, but the other sense is Kamsa himself is always in fear, especially when Devaki became pregnant for the 7th time and also 8th time, finally with Krishna. Seeing Devaki so effulgent, Kamsa became so fearful. Constantly wherever he was seeing, he was only seeing his death. He was seeing Krishna in the form of death while eating, sleeping, at all times. So that's why he's called fear personified. And that fear killed these 6 babies. Kamsa killed the 6 babies. So that fear will kill these 6 anarthas. What are those anarthas? Bhakti-yuta anarthas. The material results that you get as a result of performing bhakti, which will choke up your bhakti, which will choke the progress of bhakti. So the danger, those anarthas, can be removed by fear. So that's what we learn from this pastime. But let me come to the main point. We were talking about Balramji. So finally, after the 6 sons are killed, then what? So once you overcome the Bhakti-yuta anarthas, very smoothly you'll be progressing towards Prema, Krishna Prema. Very swiftly you'll go from there. And you'll come to Krishna Prema. After that, because now it's not you're not fighting, it's like literally you're getting pulled up now. Swiftly you'll be progressing. So therefore, once these 6 anarthas are killed, the next, who's coming next? Balaramji appears, isn't it, in the womb of Devaki. So Balaramji is compared to Prema Bhakti. That's why I was telling this whole story. Balaramji, yes, Devaki Ma is compared to Sadhana Bhakti. Balaramji is compared to Prema Bhakti. Why? Because he's so enthusiastic. He's literally Seva personified. He serves Krishna in every possible rasa. He's very, very enthusiastic. He serves as a servant, he serves as a friend, he serves as a, his Haladini Shakti, right? As Ananga Manjari, is serving Krishna in conjugal relationship. He's serving in Sakhyaras. He's serving in Shantaras, in every rasa. Whereas he is the immediate expansion of Krishna. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But look at his enthusiasm to render service. This is the sign of Prema Bhakti. In Prema Bhakti, you are just filled with seva, constant seva. Naturally, like you have such a taste for seva, constantly at every moment you are very, very enthusiastic, you are engaged in constant service to the Lord. That is why Balramji is compared to Prema Bhakti. And what happens when Prema Bhakti comes? What is the symptom of Prema Bhakti? After Prema Bhakti, so as you progress, first Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivritti, Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, Prema. What happens after Prema? Bhagavad Sakshatkara. You get darshan of the Supreme Lord. That means you'll actually experience the Lord. In front of you, you will see him, you will touch him, you will smell him, you can hear his voice. He can embrace you also, Krishna. That happens after Prema. So that's why once Balaramji appeared means, it means what? Next, Krishna will appear. That's why Balaramji is compared to Prema Bhakti. So, let's get back to Sri Chaitanya Mangal now. What are we reading here? That Nityananda Prabhu appeared. Why is Nityananda Prabhu called Nitya Ananda? Because he's eternally blissful. Why bliss? Because he's filled with love. He's prema. And prema means what? Prema is the essence of Haladini Shakti. Haladini Shakti means what? Pleasure-giving potency. Pleasure personified. So, therefore, Nitya Ananda. He is eternally blissful. That Nityananda Prabhu Balaram, Lord Balaram, appeared after Advaita Acarya. In his plenary expansion, he becomes Lord Ananta, who has 1,000 hoods. With only one of those hoods, he holds up the earth and protects the entire material creation. So yesterday I was showing this. Let me show you quickly. I know it's time. We'll only read one song. Hari. Shared. Chaitanya Mangal. So, see, this is the universe. This is Garbhodakshay Vishnu. Garbhodakshay Vishnu is laying on, the blue is Anantasesh. Anantasesh. Anantasesh has how many hoods? Thousands of hoods. On just one hood, he's holding this whole Bhumandala. On one hood, he's holding. Just like a mustard seed on one hood, Bhumandala is there. And then, so Garbhodakshay Vishnu's navel, this lotus is coming, right? Within the lotus stem are all the planets, 14 planetary systems. Topmost planetary system is Satyaloka. In the middle somewhere you have Bhumandala. So within that Bhumandala, in the cavities of Bhumandala only, the lower planets are there. So Atala, Vitala, Sutala, everything is inside this red. This is Bhumandala. And this Bhumandala is held where? It is there on one of the hoods of Anantasesh. And what is Anantasesh doing? He is constantly at every moment with each of his hoods singing the glories of Lord Gauranga. And every time he's saying a different pastime, a different glory, name, qualities. He's not repeating them. And with each of his mouth, he's singing a different glory. And he's been doing this since beginningless. There's no beginning since when he's doing. And in spite of continuously glorifying, he has not come to the end of the pastimes performed by Lord Gauranga in one day. So imagine how many pastimes Gauranga Mahaprabhu is performing, and look at the enthusiasm of Anantasesh, who's able to capture, capture all those and he's singing. So he's in such ecstasy that he is not even aware of Bhumandala who's on his hood. And it feels like a mustard seed. He doesn't even know. And he's swaying and dancing in ecstasy with Bhumi Devi on his hood. That is Lord Nityananda Prabhu's expansion, Ananta Sesha. In his plenary expansion, he becomes Lord Ananta, who has 1,000 hoods. With only one of those hoods, he holds up the earth and protects the entire material creation. He's holding the earth and protecting the entire material creation. Yes, because if Anantasesh is not holding, Anantasesh is holding who? On Anantasesh's belly, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu is resting. He is reclining. And from Garbhodakashayi Vishnu's navel, all the planetary systems are there. So if Anantasesh would not hold up, will the material creation stand? No, right? Like that. So Anantasesh is holding up this whole material creation by holding Garbhodakashayi Vishnu and also by holding Bhumandala on his hood. In his plenary expansion, he becomes Lord Ananta, who has 1,000 hoods. With only one of those hoods, he holds up the earth and protects the entire material creation. This same Lord Balaram took birth in Padmavati's womb. His father was Hadai Oja, who was also called by the name Paramananda. So Hadai Oja's another name is Paramananda. Who all appeared so far? Advaita Acarya appeared, Lord Çiva appeared as Advaita Acarya, Lord Balaram appeared as Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu's parents are Padmavati and Hadai Oja. Hadai Oja's another name is Paramananda. Lord Balaram's father and mother gave him the name Kuver Pandit. So what is Nityananda Prabhu's name that his parents gave him? Kuvera, Kuver Pandit. When he accepted sannyas, Lord Balaram accepted the name Nityananda. So we all know the story, how Nityananda Prabhu, when he was 12 years old, he left home. One sannyasi came and asked from Hadai Pandit, his son. Anyway, that's a different pastime. We don't have time to.
Please tell, Mataji.
Tell, huh?
Please. Yeah, I don't recall it.
Oh, you don't recall it? Okay, then I'll tell you. So, Hadai Pandit was so, what is the word to say? This is Nityananda Prabhu. This is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Hadai Pandit is, how can the Lord appear in someone if that person is not on the same level as the Lord? So, Hadai Pandit is a pure devotee. He is, in Vishuddha Sattva. So, he is in complete prema, love. So, he loved Nityananda Prabhu so much, he couldn't stay away from Nityananda Prabhu even for a moment. So wherever he would go, because he would have to go for his, household activities, go to the market, go to the field, wherever he would go, he would take Nityananda Prabhu with him. And even while taking with him, every moment he will be turning around, looking around to see if he's coming or not. Because he couldn't miss seeing Nityananda Prabhu even for a moment. That's how much his father loved him. His mother also, constantly, they would be like they were in so much love with Nityananda Prabhu. So once one sannyasi happened to visit their village, Ekachakra, and Hadai Pandit was such a exalted brahmana. When he saw a sannyasi visit, he invited him to his house and he said, "Please accept prasadam at our house." So the sannyasi accepted. So after giving prasad and everything, all night long, they just spent the night talking Krishna Katha. That sannyasi was speaking and they were listening all night long. The next day morning, it was time for the sannyasi to leave. But before leaving, he said to Hadai Pandit, "I want to ask you something." So Hadai Pandit said, "Yes, whatever you want." And then this sannyasi said, "I'm going to travel to all the holy places on a pilgrimage, but I don't have any assistant." Generally, sannyasis have a brahmachari as an assistant. This is the system. But I don't have anyone to assist me. I want your eldest son, Nitai, to go to travel with me. And on his part, he will get to see all the holy places. I'll be taking him to all the holy places, so he'll get to see all these holy places. Now Hadai Pandit was like, what to do? His condition was like Dasharath Maharaj. When Vishwamitra Muni came and asked him, please send your Ram to kill, to protect my yagya from Subahu and Maricha. So he was in a big dilemma. He didn't know what to do. He said, let me ask my wife. It was as if a thunderbolt fell on his heart. He could not stay away even for a moment without seeing. And now this sannyasi taking your son means forget him, finished for life. Because he'll go and eventually he'll also become a sannyasi. There's no question of him. Once a person takes sannyas, you will never ever see him. It's like social suicide. He's gone for good. You won't even hear about him. And the sannyasi is asking for Nitai. It was like a thunderbolt, striking his heart. And then he said, let me ask my wife. So he went to the inner room and asked his wife, this sannyasi is asking for Nitai to take him on pilgrimage. His wife was such a chaste lady. Can you imagine the mother of Nityananda Prabhu? And she says, my Lord, whatever you decide, I will accept. Right? Whatever you say, I have no problem, whatever you decide. So after talking with her, he comes outside. Why he is compared with Dasharath Maharaj? Because if he had refused, a sannyasi is asking for something. If you refuse, if after he asks for something, you're finished. Your dharma is finished. How can you say no? But on the other hand, it's like he's asking me for my life. 100% I'm not going to live if he takes my Nitai. He's asking me for my life. But he's a sannyasi, he's asking me. That was his predicament. But he came outside and he said, yes, you can take. And the sannyasi just took Nityananda Prabhu and walked away. And he just stood there, stunned like a stone, just looking in the direction in which the sannyasi took Nityananda Prabhu. And he just practically, both parents, they became like a stone. They didn't eat, they didn't drink, they didn't talk. They just became like, they've just froze for days and days and days. And people thought that, they went mad. They didn't talk to anyone, no eating, nothing. And soon after that, they left their bodies. They went back to the spiritual world. So that's what happened. So Nityananda Prabhu, he left home with a sannyasi. This was when he was 12 years old. And he traveled for 20 years to various holy places. So he was a sannyasi. In that sense, he accepted. So when the parents gave him the name, his name was Kuver Pandit. But when he accepted sannyas, he's a disciple of Nityananda Prabhu, is a disciple of Madhavendra Puri. Madhavendra Puri, this Puri title is for sannyasis. So he accepted initiation from Madhavendra Puri. That's also a wonderful pastime, how they meet in their travels and how both, it's like Madhavendra Puri, about Madhavendra Puri, we read in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what is his level of bhakti. Only 3 people could understand what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was singing in the Rath Yatra, Jagannath Puri Rath Yatra. It just sounded like a young girl, lovesick, right? Young girl singing songs for her lover, that like whom she lost in the past. So remembering him, she's singing. It sounded like that, but nobody understood what it was. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srimati Radharani, and the third person is Madhavendra Puri. Only these 3 people know the actual depth of that song. Of course, by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because Mahaprabhu gave his mercy, Rupa Goswami could understand and he wrote, because it was like a puzzle, like a riddle. Nobody understood what it meant. It's not like you're saying anything about Krishna or anything. It's just like a young girl remembering her lover or something. And Mahaprabhu is singing, or sannyasi is singing. Who would have imagined what's going on? But Rupa Goswami, he wrote exactly like the mood in which Mahaprabhu was writing. He wrote his own verse. His own verse he wrote. But what was that verse? Srimati Radharani singing a song in separation from Krishna in Kurukshetra. In Kurukshetra, that my Lord, although I am here, but I am remembering you in Vrindavan. Without that Vrindavan, the Yamuna river and the Vrindavan forests, the full moon night, although you are the same person and I am the same Radharani, you are the same Krishna, still here in Kurukshetra, my heart is not satisfied. Srimati Radharani is saying this. So Rupa Goswami writes directly, Srimati Radharani calling out to Krishna like that. Nobody understood this. So when Mahaprabhu was singing that, it is said that only 3 people could understand in the entire creation. Mahaprabhu, Srimati, who is Mahaprabhu? Srimati Radharani only. So only Srimati Radharani. Okay, Mahaprabhu, Srimati Radharani. And the third person is Madhavendra Puri. Try to understand what is the level of Madhavendra Puri. So, and who is Nityananda Prabhu? Anyway, so that pastime, what happened is the next day morning, after the Rath Yatra, at that time, nobody said anything. So the next day morning, Mahaprabhu, he would come to meet with Haridas Thakur because they wouldn't come to the temple. Haridas Thakur and Rup Goswami was visiting at that time. They wouldn't go to Jagannath temple because Jagannath temple, those who are not Hindus, they were not allowed. But even out of respect, they themselves didn't want to go because they considered themselves to be untouchable. Like we are so fallen. Rup Goswami is thinking, Sanatan Goswami, Rup Goswami, they think that we've been serving mlechas, we are not fit to go. And the pujaris of Jagannath, if they see us, if they touch us, they'll be contaminated. So they wouldn't go. They'll stay far away. There, Siddhabakula, where Haridas Thakur also would stay. But Mahaprabhu would come every day because they couldn't come to the temple to take darshan of Jagannath. Jagannath would come to see them every day. So he came the next day morning, the day after Rath Yatra, he came. But at that time when he came, Rup Goswami was not at home. He happened to go to take his bath in the ocean. So Mahaprabhu came and he was waiting, and his glance fell on this tal patra, palm leaf on which something was written. It was stuck in the roof of the cottage. So Mahaprabhu saw, what is this? So he just pulled it out and he read what was written on that. That was the poem written by Rupa Goswami. He didn't write it for, to show off anything. He just wrote it. This was his realization, observation, and he just put it down, wrote it down in the form of a poem, and he just stuck it in his own place where nobody would go. Mahaprabhu saw that, and he was amazed seeing that. And then he asked Swarup Damodar Goswami, how does he know? How does he know what is in my heart? I never said this to anyone. He captured exactly what was in my heart. And then Swarup Damodar Goswami said, it's because you have given your mercy to him. Otherwise, it's not possible for anyone to understand. And Mahaprabhu said, yes, I did. When I first saw him in Ramkeli, I was touched by his humility. Although so highly qualified, he's so humble. So I chose him. I selected him as the person, who would lead this. That's why we are Rupanugas. So therefore, yes, I blessed him. But anyway, when Rupa Goswami came back from his bath and offered Dandavat obeisances, Mahaprabhu could not, contain himself. He just went and slapped Rupa Goswami out of love, and then literally picked him up, in his lap. And then he said, how do you know? Right? What is in my heart? How do you know? And then Rupa Goswami, what will he say? He didn't say anything. He was just, humble. But why we were discussing this? About Nityananda Prabhu. So Nityananda Prabhu, I was telling you about Madhavendra Puri. Madhavendra Puri is the guru of Nityananda Prabhu. And Madhavendra Puri is a sannyasi, I was saying. But how Nityananda Prabhu took initiation, I was going to tell you. Madhavendra Puri is another such a devotee. Not another, he is the devotee. He is, Mahaprabhu says, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, Madhavendra Puri is the trunk or the root of the tree of Lord Chaitanya, of the tree of devotional service. So Madhavendra Puri, he is always constantly not in external consciousness. So therefore he doesn't know where he's going, because he's in Goloka constantly. He's not in this world. And he didn't like to associate with the people of this world, materialistic people. Because in this world, people are after wealth, after material goals, or after liberation. He couldn't find... Remember, this is way before Mahaprabhu's appearance. Nobody was interested in society. Everyone was after material prosperity. Even if they were following dharma, it's for some material prosperity. So therefore, Madhavendra Puri didn't like to, wander around in cities and villages where people were there. Along with his followers, he would be in the forests, going from forest to forest inside, so that he wouldn't have to see materialistic people's faces. So at that time, Nityananda Prabhu was also traveling. So this is when later on he's traveling alone. So maybe that sannyasi with whom, that is a mystery to me. I mean, I've asked so many devotees. I've even asked sannyasis in the Gaudiya Math also. I inquired from them because I just had this inquisitiveness. One thing I know is this person, the sannyasi who came to take Nityananda Prabhu, he is actually an expansion of Nityananda Prabhu only. That pastime was required there to take Nityananda Prabhu out of home. Otherwise, how it will continue? How the Lord, they have to come out, they have to start this Hare Krishna movement. If he simply stayed at home, his parents would never ever let him leave home. So something would have to happen. So the sannyasi who came to take Nityananda Prabhu was actually Nityananda Prabhu only in another form. That much is said. I was trying to connect because he's a sannyasi. He's a sannyasi. Anyway, this is not, I'm just saying what I thought. I don't know if I should say it or not, but I'm just saying this is not recorded anywhere. It's not there. There's no proof of this. And I'm not saying it is true also. But I got this question, and this question I asked some devotees about this sannyasi. Who is this sannyasi who took Nityananda Prabhu? So remember, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's older brother, Vishwarup, he also took sannyas. His name is Shankararanya. So sannyasi means usually they don't stay in one place. They are traveling from place to place. So my question was, Vishwarup is an expansion of Nityananda Prabhu. Vishwarup is, there is no doubt. That is there recorded. This sannyasi is also an expansion of Nityananda Prabhu, it is said. So my question was, is it Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's brother only? Is it Vishwarup who took sannyas, who went and took Nityananda Prabhu? Was my question. But anyway, Maharaj thought, and then he said, it can be possible, but how can we say unless it is said in Shastra? I have never come across any statement like that in Shastra. That identity has not been revealed to us. Who, the identity of that sannyasi, what is his name and who he is, and nothing we don't hear. The only thing we hear is that he took Nityananda Prabhu and he went away. And the next thing we hear is Nityananda Prabhu is traveling to all holy places. We hear him alone. That's the interesting. We hear about how Nityananda Prabhu traveled to all holy places. We hear, he went to this place, that place, that place, that place. All over India he traveled. And then finally he comes to Mathura, Vrindavan, and he waits there until Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will begin his Sankirtan movement. Until then he's waiting. When Mahaprabhu will start, then I will go and I will join him. That is his determination. So anyway, so we don't know that sannyasi. But the point is he took sannyas diksha. Here what we hear is his parents gave him the name Kuver Pandit. But when he took sannyas, he got the name Nityananda. So who gave him that sannyas diksha and who gave him the name Nityananda? It is possible. It is not possible. Actually, Srila Madhavendra Puri is the spiritual master of Nityananda Prabhu. About this sannyasi, it's mysterious to me. I don't know. But yes, Madhavendra Puri. So they meet. So Nityananda Prabhu is traveling. What I was telling you is he's going on this pilgrimage. And in one forest, they just, because both are not in external. Nitya Ananda, he's always blissful. We just saw in this song only, previous song, when Narad Muni went, Nityananda Prabhu, Balaramji is always in ecstasy. It appears like he's intoxicated. His eyes are rolling and even he's talking. But he's not intoxicated on any material wine or anything. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is intoxicated on Krishna Prema. That's why he is in that analogy we see he's compared to Prema Bhakti. He's always intoxicated in Krishna Prema. Therefore, he's always blissful. So both Nityananda Prabhu's condition is like that and Madhavendra Puri's condition is like that. And they happen to meet each other in the forest. And when they see, like, Nityananda Prabhu didn't come across anyone like him before. Madhavendra Puri didn't come across anyone like that before. So they just come and they just go into ecstasy holding each other. And they stay in that state for we don't know how long. Literally, they fall down and they're weeping and crying in ecstasy because both are in love of Godhead. And then they spend some time like that for 10 days or something there together. So that is when Nityananda Prabhu, accepts Madhavendra Puri as his guru. But again, because they are both not in external consciousness, they part from each other. Because each person goes his own way. Because if they were actually in external consciousness, if they were actually aware, they would never be able to be separated from each other. It was not possible. They couldn't live being apart from each other. But because they were not aware of where they are, of their bodies or what's going on, therefore, they were able to part. It is explained like that. So all this is explained in Sri Caitanya Bhagavat by Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. So they get separated and they go away. So that's how Nityananda Prabhu gets the name Nityananda. That's why all this story we are reading, discussing. His name is Kuver Pandit. His parents named him Kuver Pandit. But when Lord Balaram's father and mother gave him the name Kuver Pandit. When he accepted sannyas, Lord Balaram accepted the name Nityananda. In the month of Magh, on the Shukla Trayodasi, at an auspicious moment, he very happily took birth on the earth. Then goddess Katyayani also took birth in a Brahmana's family. Her name is Sita. Who's Sita? Advaita Acharya's consort. So, Lord Çiva first came, then Lord Balaram came, then Goddess Katyayani came. Goddess Katyayani, you remember the story, right? Goddess Katyayani also took vow to give prasad, Jagannath's prasad to everyone. So, Goddess Katyayani came she also appeared in a Brahmana's family. Her name was Sita. She married Advaita Acharya. Together, they both manifested great love and devotion for Lord Krishna. I have very little intelligence. How can I know the truth? How can I explain the identities of the devotees who descend to the earth? Srila Lochan Das Thakur is saying, I have very little intelligence. How can I know the truth? How can I explain the identities of the devotees who descended to the earth? What I have heard from the mouths of great souls, I will not repeat. I'm too shy. He's saying that I'm too shy to reveal the identities of the devotees. And how do I know their identities? Not that I know. These identities I have heard from the mouths of great souls. But I'm feeling too shy to say. That means, छोटी मुंह बड़ी बात. मैं क्या बोलूं? बड़े बड़े भक्तों ने कहा है, लेकिन मैं अपने मुंह से नहीं बोल पा रहा हूं. I'm too shy to say like that. So we can stop there today. It's already 4 o'clock. Thank you so much for joining. Shri Chaitanya Mangal ki jai. Srila Lochन Das की जय. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. भगवान किसी न किसी को भेज ही देते हैं. सच में. कृष्णा सो काइंड. आई मीन इट मजा आता है when there is another person. बहुत अच्छा लगता है एक्चुअली. मतलब वो रस आता है. अदरवाइज फिर भी करते हैं, पढ़ते रहते हैं, बट हमेशा.
I was thinking I'm joining late. Oh my God, I missed the message.
नहीं माता जी, हमेशा someone Krishna will send. I've seen last time. कल सोनिया माता जी आई थी, but
Okay.
very nice. Thank you.
Yesterday was because we were at Alavia, so there was Simantanana Sanskar of Mataji. So Vishnuveta Prabhu and other devotees were also there. So we visited that place.
Oh,
It's maybe you know Radha Vilasni Radha Mataji, Atulya Harinam Prabhu's wife.
whose wife?
Atulya Harinam Prabhu. No? Okay.
No. It is what? It is her initiation, you said.
No, Simantanana Sanskar, baby shower.
हाँ, अच्छा 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 अच्छा. कहाँ पे?
It was at Delaware.
Oh, Delaware. बाप रे, दूर है. So you are back now? Came back?
Yes, Mataji. Yeah, we went yesterday morning.
अच्छा,
11
कल गए
o'clock
थे.
and we came late. That's why I missed today class. That's what I was telling.
अच्छा अच्छा. एक्चुअली मेरा कंप्यूटर का वॉल्यूम बहुत लो हो गया है, तो ठीक से
Okay.
सुनाई नहीं दे रहा था. बट ओके, नाउ आई गॉट द मैसेज. आई अंडरस्टूड. ओके,
Yes.
ठीक है माता जी. थैंक यू. हरे
Okay,
कृष्णा.
Hare Krishna.
वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः. थैंक यू.